Now at 5 vaccine appointments in high demand, we are working for you with suggestions on what to do if you're having trouble scheduling a shot for yourself or a loved one.
He was the love of my life.
She lost her soulmate. The rest of us here in Central Indiana lost a man who spent his life bringing joy to children. Tonight we pay tribute to this Hoosier who lost a fierce battle with COVID-19.
From the station working for you, this is WRTV News at 5, streaming now.
And now first at 5, snow showers top your Friday evening forecast as we settle in for a colder weekend. These images from Greencastle tonight.
And that is how it looks downtown as well. Does that snow have the potential to impact evening travel? Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory joins us from his home studio with a look at what's ahead. Hey, Kevin.
And Mark and Amanda, yes, it does. It will impact certainly visibility and I think changing road conditions. Some of you look out your window and say, what snow? Others have a view like this at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. If you look at the bottom of the picture, you can see a little bit of the road course there. This is a pagoda camera looking toward downtown. As that moved across the airport, visibility was down to half a mile. That's the way these snow showers work. They're locally intense. Visibility goes down. You may pick up a quick cover of snow up to an inch in some spots with the snow through the next several hours. I think they'll maintain their intensity. That's the view of how scattered they are across central Indiana. We'll follow the intensity with the visibility. Around Lafayette and south of Lafayette, visibility is under a mile. Temperature down to 32 in Indy now. That's where we need to watch bridges and overpasses as these temperatures fall. That means road conditions more likely to change, and we'll be below freezing by the time we get through the next several hours. So the temperature's fairly steady, and the snow showers with light accumulations continue.
Thank you, Kevin. Tonight, the demand for the COVID-19 vaccine continues to grow. More than 250,000 Indiana seniors and counting are now scheduled for their first COVID-19 vaccine. At this hour, some sites across the state are full and no longer accepting appointments. Working for you tonight, we're answering questions that some Hoosiers have if sites in their county are currently not an option for a vaccine. Peggy Morgan, who lives in Avon, used ourshot.in.gov to register at the one site available in Hendricks County this week. She was unable to get an appointment until February 8th. When she tried to register her husband, all slots were filled. Peggy was able to get a slot for her husband at Eskenazi Hospital in Marion County for this Saturday, but ran into trouble when trying to get one at the same location.
I called 211 last night to see if I could switch. I didn't want to just do it, and that's not as friendly. I was on hold for, it said an hour, so I waited the hour, and then it hung up on me. So I went back in. It said another hour. I waited another hour. It hung up on me.
Well, after a third call to 211 and another hour wait, Peggy is now rescheduled for an appointment at Eskenazi next week. The state health department urges Hoosiers who want to register to continue checking the website because they are constantly monitoring the demand, adding new appointments and sites. If sites in your county are full, leaders say you can go to a location outside of your county that is convenient. We are also told it is best to call 211 in the afternoon or evening when it's not as busy. As of this morning, nearly 260,000 Hoosiers had received their first dose of the vaccine. Nearly 53,000 have received both doses and are now fully vaccinated. The state also reported more than 4,700 new positive cases today. They were recorded November 28th through yesterday. 42 more Hoosiers have died with COVID. Those deaths occurred between Tuesday and yesterday. The number of deaths since the pandemic began is now 8,872. But here's an even more sobering number. The global death toll has now topped 2 million, according to Johns Hopkins University.
Each of the Hoosiers who have lost their lives to COVID-19 left behind a family and a legacy. One man from Franklin spent his life devoted to entertaining, spending decades playing characters and doing tricks for Central Indiana kids. Our Alyssa Donovan explains how the loss of Jerry Foley will leave a void in the community.
The tree is still up, the decorations are still out, and at this house, it stays this way year-round. That's because this is where one of our favorite Christmas couples call home.
He grew the goatee, and it looked nice on him. And then we decided to possibly play Santa Claus, so he grew the full beard. That's how it started.
Stacy and Jerry Foley have portrayed Santa and Mrs. Claus at events around central Indiana for years.
Most of the time, he wore traditional Santa, which is this, of course.
And the magic never ended. After the holidays, Jerry would transform from Santa Claus into Mr. Mystic, the Magician, a role he played for more than 3 decades.
He loved to entertain children. Children was his passion, whether he was portraying Santa Claus in December or performing magic or balloon twisting.
An entire room in their house devoted to Jerry's passions.
On these shelves is all magic. And these crates here are all balloons for his balloon twisting.
Stacy taking on the role of magician's assistant when the couple married in 1987.
He was just one of the sweetest men in the world. And I was proud to call him my husband. It's his magic table. He had just finished a show in the beginning of July, and he has some of his magic stuff still in it.
But everything changed for the Foley family in July of last year.
Jerry, myself, and our daughter started getting sick in mid-July.
All 3 of them tested positive for COVID-19. But Jerry's symptoms were the worst.
At the end, Jerry was just struggling to breathe, and he didn't want to go to the hospital, and so he didn't.
The 61-year-old passed away in his home of a heart attack due to COVID-19.
I miss him so much. We all miss him.
But she knows in her heart the show really isn't over for Jerry, and one day she'll be assisting him again.
I just loved him so much, and I miss him so much, and I do know one day we'll be together again, because I know where he is. He's doing magic for Jesus.
I'm Alyssa Donovan, WRTV.
And thousands of Hoosiers have died since the coronavirus pandemic began. We're asking for your help to put names and faces to these numbers. If you have lost someone close to you, connect with us. We want to share their stories so that those taken from us are never forgotten. You can reach us at facesofcovid@WRTV.com.
With the inauguration of Joe Biden now just 5 days away, the FBI and local police agencies are monitoring reports there may be protests at state capitals across the country this weekend and early next week. And around the State House downtown here, no parking signs are now up. And we just learned that the state government complex will be closed to the public Tuesday and Wednesday, and the General Assembly will not be in session those days. The governor's office says they have no credible threats against the State House. The Postal Service has also sealed some mailboxes in the immediate area. Well, the nation's capital is starting to look like a fortress ahead of the inauguration.
Armed police and National Guard members are already on the streets patrolling, and fences are in place. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze reports.
In the nation's capital, now fortified by thousands of National Guard members, new concerns about security threats.
There's a great deal of very concerning chatter, and it's what you don't know that we are preparing for.
ABC News has obtained an assessment by federal authorities and several local law enforcement agencies claiming domestic violent extremists pose the most likely threat to President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. And a new FBI bulletin obtained by ABC News warns of possible substantial danger from explosive devices during upcoming protests.
We have a special responsibility that there is a peaceful transition of power in our country.
The FBI has now arrested more than 100 suspects linked to the Capitol mob last week, and hundreds more are under investigation. In a federal court in Arizona, prosecutors making alarming new claims about Jacob Chansley, the self-described QAnon shaman seen wearing horns at the Capitol. Chansley's lawyer telling CNN his client was following President Trump's orders.
He felt like he was answering the call of our president.
The Department of Justice Inspector General and several other departments are now reviewing their agency's actions in the days leading up to and the day of the attack. The Capitol Police now confirms it's investigating what some lawmakers call an extremely high number of outside groups who were given tours inside the Capitol just one day before the insurrection. And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has announced retired Lieutenant General Russell Honore, who helped coordinate military relief after Hurricane Katrina, will lead a review of the Capitol's security. And sources tell ABC News President Trump will depart Washington the morning of January 20th, just hours before President-elect Joe Biden takes the oath of office. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
Still ahead on WRTV News at 5. More than 200 job openings right now at a new store in Hamilton County. Could this be the right job for you?
And opening up despite the pandemic, the journey for our new downtown yoga studio as it opens its doors, and the job opportunities arriving as well.
And remember the view from Speedway where you couldn't even see across the infield at the track? This is what a snow shower does. It hits and it moves on. You can now see downtown. We'll talk about where they're headed next and for how long we'll deal with them.
For just $199 a month.
Hiring Hoosiers is WRTV's commitment to keep you informed of job opportunities of all kinds, and there's a new Meijer in central Indiana that needs employees. Meijer is now hiring for its new location in Westfield. The company is looking for 250 workers to fill positions in all departments. That includes clerks, cake decorators, meat cutters, and more. The new store is being built on West Spring Mill Point Drive near State Road 32. To apply, look for this story at hiringhoosiers.com.
Hundreds of businesses have closed over the last year due to the pandemic, but other entrepreneurs say it's a time of opportunity and are opening up for the first time. One woman has been waiting nearly a year to open her yoga studio. But as our Kelsey Anderson shows us, she is finally able to say namaste to a place downtown where new businesses are starting to flow.
Well, yoga has seen a big boom over the last year because of the peace it can bring to your mental health and overall stress. And that's why the owner of Yoga 6 in the Bollard District is excited to finally open her doors. Shay Rankin owns Yoga 6 Indianapolis. She says she decided to jump into this new business opportunity over a year ago. She says opening up shop during the pandemic has had many struggles, including opening nearly 10 months after her expected date because of construction delays. She says another hurdle they had to overcome was not being able to do grassroots marketing. But nevertheless, she's excited to open her doors to the public next week.
Yeah, so Yoga 6, the concept is an all-inclusive, accessible yoga style. So with our special language formula, Y6 language formula, somebody can walk in from anywhere and take one of our classes and not be intimidated, and we guide you through the process. So it's just, you know, and then it's a full sensory experience. So with the lights, the music, the heat, we have cool towels afterwards with some lavender on it. It's kind of bougie. Yeah, it's an awesome experience.
Because we are the Hiring Hoosiers station, I asked the folks at the Bottleworks District about possible careers. Right now, they have several job openings, and if you're interested in bringing your business to the district, they have several vacant spaces available. For more information on that, head to this story on the WRTV News app. Rankin says they are holding a special VIP weekend this weekend for all of their members, but they're hoping starting on Monday, they'll be able to start their first week of full classes. And for the first week, she says they'll be free. For more information, head over to WRTV.com. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
We've had so little snow so far this season. It's exciting whenever we have some snow to show you. Let's head to the west side of Indianapolis, just one of many spots that's starting, say, from late morning, really about noon on. We've had the pop-up snow showers developing. I think they'll still maintain some intensity here for the next few hours, but they are that hit and miss. Just like a rain shower in the summertime, you're driving along, you've got a ray of sunshine, and then boom, a heavy shower, and then you drive out of it. That's the view to the north. We've had some snow showers cut from Speedway through the northern half of Marion County. As far as accumulation, even in the heavier bursts of snow, thinking an inch or less of accumulation tonight from any of those quick bursting snow showers. The visibility will drop. That's probably one of the more noticeable impacts, as well as when temperatures get down to freezing and below, you'll get a quick cover on the roadway. Watch those bridges, especially this evening. Just want to show you that this isn't one and done, being tonight and then over. See that huge swirl of snow showers and rain showers will be within that circle tomorrow and on Sunday. Notice there are many spots that don't have any snow showers now, so these are hit and miss. They're all moving from southwest to northeast. Much of Hamilton County now, north side of Marion County, so you'll see visibilities drop. Carmel, Fishers, Geist area, and also near Crawfordsville over to Frankfort and Lebanon. Through Bloomington to Martinsville, another wave coming from the southwest. Temperatures in most spots at or above the freezing mark. Temperatures will change slowly this evening as we go through the day tomorrow. It will be about the same. I think in that 1 to 7 time frame is when snow showers are most likely. And as we go to Sunday, we'll see the same pattern with afternoon snow showers. 35. Temperature for tomorrow, colder on Sunday. Temperatures through the day tomorrow, a little more supportive of some of this sticking, especially not on the roads as much, but in your grass, mulch, deck area. There's your probability of snow in the afternoon. And again, these will fire up, most numerous, starting after 1 o'clock tomorrow. Here's your 7-day planner. We'll fight the snow showers tonight, again through the afternoon and evening, both Saturday and Sunday. Monday is dry. Monday's temperature just 32. We're back to 43 briefly on Thursday. That's the warmest temperature next week. We'll be back with more news at 5 right after this.
America's #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer.
The pandemic has made it a challenge for students and teachers alike, and many people are worried about kids falling behind. WRTV's Lauren Casey introduces us to a music teacher in Zionsville who will give you a new perspective on the pandemic and its impact on our schools.
You guys ready to learn? Yeah! All music is really just vibration, and I'm going to prove that to you today using an instrument called a vibroslap.
Will Doublestein's music class is maybe even more fun than the bow ties he wears.
I'm trying to communicate how much fun music is.
Up here, you're actually seeing the sound waves that this is creating. Pretty cool, huh?
He engages students at Boone Meadow Elementary School in Zionsville with experiments.
Air molecules are all around you. They're invisible. But when sound happens, those air molecules bump into one another. It's going to bump and hit the others, sending down a wave.
The thing that's been the most fun about all this has been watching those light bulb moments still happen.
And when it bounces back, what happens?
It goes down.
It goes down. So as it comes back, it's actually going in the opposite direction.
Showing students who have to stay put in their actual classroom due to COVID and not move to the music room that music is science.
Well, who wants to see something else cool?
Me.
There are challenges everywhere, and everybody's going through different hard things. But at least for 40 minutes, I have the opportunity to get into the classroom and spend some time with those kids and watch their eyes light up.
Oh my God!
It's a jolt. You guys see it okay?
Yeah.
Doublestein applied for a grant to get these science experiments that relate to music.
Okay, here we go. You ready for it?
Yeah.
I'm turning up the volume.
Wow!
It creates a shape just through the vibration.
And they've been a big tool for learning in an entirely new way.
Guys, what do y'all think? Do you like it?
Yeah, I'd say my biggest encouragement is just to keep going.
That the sound is traveling through this metal plate and vibrating the sand, forming different shapes. How cool is that?
Awesome.
Okay.
And even in the months when students had to learn virtually, Doublestein used his passion for video and YouTube to continue the learning process. Reaching not only his students, but also their parents and music educators across the globe.
So it's been really fun to just see that take off and see so much learning go outside of the district.
1, 2, ready, go!
These kids are extremely flexible, and they're going through something they've never gone through before.
And I asked him his best advice to share with other educators, parents, and kids at this time.
We are all in this together, and we're learning together. We are trying new things, we're taking risks, but really that's how the best kind of learning happens anyways.
He suggests seeing these challenges as a learning opportunity for all of us.
At the end of the day, we're going to come away as better teachers and better administrators and, better learners all the way across the board.
Working for you, Lauren Casey, WRTV.
And if you want to check out more videos from Mr. Doublestein's YouTube channel, you can search for his channel called Bowtie Music.
The deaths of 2 Delphi girls remain unsolved tonight. Now an app is using technology to take you to the possible scene of the crime and give you a 3D view that could spark new tips. We'll show you that tonight at 6.
Generally, when you mail something with the post office, you expect it to get there in pretty fair time.
But that's not the case for many U.S. Postal Service customers as shipping delays continue. Next at 5:30, we are working to get answers on what is causing the delay.